and thank you for again joining us for another episode of Congratulations, You're In. Throughout each of our episodes, we will explore together the many steps that you, as Montgomery County High School students, may encounter either before or during your college application process. Together, we want to guide you towards those fantastic words, congratulations, you're in. I'm Tony Spearman-Leach, your host, and again joining us today is Ed Reed, the CEO of the Academic Management Group and counselor for the Montgomery County Public Schools. Ed, again, I have to thank you. You have been just a phenomenal guest, and as the president-elect of the Maryland School Counselors Association, you have a wealth of information. And I really want to get into what is really bogging down the minds of our students and sits at the top of the thoughts of their parents. And I'd really like to get into this whole issue of grades and the college application process. And you and I both know there is this stereotype throughout all of Montgomery County that you must be doing honors classes, AP classes, IB classes just to be successful. What's recommended for these students? What's important to these colleges?
As what's important to the colleges is the individual student. And you have to look at the individual student. While we recommend the kids take rigorous courses, and I do recommend you should, when you go through high school, you should have at least 1 or 2 AP courses. And so you have to go back and you look at, first you gotta look at the individual college, right? And then you gotta look at, is this college gonna strip away the titles of a class?
Weighted versus unweighted.
All right, or are they going to, so how much weight does it carry? And so I'm not saying don't take an AP class or honors class or an IB class. I think you should have the experience. But I also think you don't go in and sign up for more courses than what you're ready to handle.
Absolutely.
And I think that's really important, and is that we got to make sure that your foundation is solid. We don't gatekeep, but we got to make sure you have a solid foundation and understand that one kid might be able to take 7, another kid might do just as well taking 2.
And so what's really important is that the student is challenging themselves to do what's best for them.
Right. And I agree. I believe in the stretch. I don't believe in the break.
I want everybody, I want every parent, I want every student out there to have heard that phrase. I want you to stretch. I don't want you to break, because you and I have been talking throughout the episodes, and you have really emphasized this whole issue of wellness, this whole issue of emotional being, psychological being, and so I really want you to kind of talk about that when we get into this whole issue of these grade levels. You know, tell me, should every kid take it and be miserable?
No. Every kid who takes it, takes the class, one, we got to make sure that we're working on your stress. We got to be able to make sure that we set you up with the supports that will help you go through the process, go through the course. And so once again, it's a very individualized. Let's get away from the cookie cutter approach and let's look at the individual kid. And when we look at the individual kid, we got to sit down. You sit down with that counselor and say, I want to stretch, but also what are some of those support systems that I need to have in place so as I stretch, I don't cross over to the break point.
This is phenomenal. I am so glad. I think this is probably one of the most profound things that we have shared with parents and with students, because I think many students feel like they are at the breaking point and they don't know how to say it to their parents, they don't know how to say it to their counselors, and what you've reassured us, it's okay to say to your counselor, this is, I need more of a challenge, or this is too much for me. So right. The other thing, go ahead.
Tony, let me say this too, and you got to look at it in context. And when I say you look at it in context, what other things, what is it going to take away from you doing? So let's say you have 6 AP classes. How much time will you have to pursue interest in sports, extracurricular activities? And remember, one of the episodes we talked about having leadership that's impactful. Right. And so we got to be able to look at balance. And I'm going to tell you, everyone I work with, they're going to tell you that, Coach Reed says, you got to have some fun. What do you do for fun? You need to laugh. You need to spend some time with your friends, because if you peak too quick, you might resist school. You might resent school. And we don't want that to happen to you. School needs to be an experience that stretches you, but it also, you have memories that are going to be created. You need to laugh. You need to have some fun.
You know what? I want to just thank you for saying that. You've really gotten us to the point of understanding the marathon. These are wonderful tips and great guidance. You indeed are the true epitome of why it is great to be a student here in the Montgomery County school system. Right now, we need to go to a break. And so, Ed, I want to thank you for this moment, and we're going to come right back after this short, brief break and talk about why you're going to help them hear those phenomenal words. Congratulations, you're in.
Morning, Gary. We are GetSchooled.com. You want a college education, don't you?
You know you do.
Yeah, but I don't know where to start. That's why we're here. We're free, handsome,
I think we're breathtaking.
and here to guide you through every step of the way, starting with attendance. Gary, financial aid forms. Biology homework, G. I got this. Is that brand? Colleges love extracurricular activities.
Chess really isn't my thing.
I got this. Doesn't matter. Go ahead. Picking a college, man. You and us. We go together like tacos and Tuesday.
And I love tacos.
Fire and ice.
Those don't really go together.
Go to GetSchooled.com for more info.
Hello, and welcome back to our latest episode of Congratulations, You're In. Ed Reed, the CEO of Academic Management Group and counselor for the Montgomery County Public Schools, is guiding us with information that will help make today's professional dreams tomorrow's reality for you. Ed, let's get back to this. So, we were talking about this, knowing when to back off, when to relieve some of the pressure, and clearly it's important for us to tell people that we need a little valve release, a little pressure release for our own happiness, for our own success as students. And parents have to appreciate that, counselors have to appreciate that, but we also have to know when to ask for help. And I think that's very important for our students to know. You do have to demand help for help to be given. But I want to get into another really big source of anxiety that is a reality at this time for students. We know we have the two tests that scare them the most: the American College Test, ACT, and the Scholastic Aptitude Test, SAT. On top of that, both tests have changed yet again. The students are starting to get confused. So the ACT has its 4 subject areas and now an essay, which has changed into standard scoring on that scale of 1 to 36. And then the SAT has become more like the ACT and is going back to its old scale of 1,600 instead of the 2,400. I will tell you frankly, I'm surprised that any student in Montgomery County understands any of this. Where do the counselors stand? Are you talking about this? What's going on? Help us.
Well, so when we look at this SAT, ACT, and all the changes that are taking place, first thing I'm going to say is everybody's trying to figure it out. You're not alone.
Okay.
I mean, you're not. And so step back. But one of the things I'll tell you to be careful, don't rush out and just take the test to see how you're going to do.
Okay.
Some parents will go out, some kids will say, I just want to see how I'm going to do, and they go out and do it.
Right.
And so that's because if you're not ready, take a practice test with a prep company, but don't just rush out so it could be a part of your permanent record. And the other thing you want to do, you want to research those colleges to look at what they're looking for, because that's changing. As we speak, different universities are changing what criteria they're using for admissions, including ACT, SAT. And so what I would tell you, stay on top of it. I will tell you that the SAT, in terms of prep, College Board has a partnership with the Khan Academy. They're the only ones who have the exclusive access to that information. And so and it's free. You can go online, check out the Khan Academy, see what's going on. I'll give you another quick SAT prep. Read. Read daily, practice reading, and write.
Amen.
Not just a text, write a letter to a parent, write a letter to an adult, but practice your reading and your writing.
I'm so glad that you brought up two very important things. One, Khan Academy is a gem online, and it's a free resource for students. Parents need to go look at it. Students need to look at it because it has nearly every academic subject in the secondary school, plus it helps you with the SAT, but also the invaluable value of writing and reading and standard English. That is the number one skill that employers complain about today. And students, I'm saying this directly to you. Texting is not English. Texting is texting. And emoticons are not words. Emoticons are images. They cannot be used on the SAT. They cannot be used on the ACT. And you think it's funny? They see it on every set of exams. And students need to know that we are still in a world of business, that these things are required. So the students, the reality is most likely they're going to have to take a standardized test. And they're going to need to practice. So you're recommending that they go to a testing facility or go to the Khan Academy. Can I talk to my counselor about what to do?
Absolutely. Counselor is an excellent resource. Your counselor, and don't forget the college and career coordinator is also an excellent resource.
Okay, see, this is really good because, again, I know that parents are confused, students are confused. We really don't know what to do. I'm glad to hear that counselors are learning about this right now, that colleges are exploring it. I want all the students to realize you are out there for their success.
And that's the key. The key, and it's not just me, Tony. I just represent counselors all over the state of Maryland. And understanding school counselors, because it's not about me. I'm just an old reformed knucklehead who's received favor in life. But the true superstars are those school counselors who get up every morning. They go through people not really knowing what they do, and they go through and they're here to help kids. And the wisest students are the ones who build relationships with those school counselors. And another little bonus, build that relationship with your school counselor because they will write a letter of recommendation. And it's great if your letter of recommendation can refer to some of the times that they've had conversations with you, not just in your senior year when you come with a packet saying, will you fill out this application?
That is our best and final tip for this episode. To our president-elect of the Maryland School Counselors Association, again, congratulations. Thank you, Ed Reed, the CEO of Academic Management Group. Together, we hope, the two of us, that we have gotten you a few steps closer to reading and hearing those fantastic words. Congratulations, you're in. Join us during our upcoming episodes where we will further explore the FAFSA and the CSS profile, submitting your families and your own IRS tax forms or non-filer statements, scholarships, grants, loans, and so very much more. Until next time, keep working towards your dreams until you hear those words. Congratulations, you're ready.